how Trae Young became the biggest thing in college basketball. Now let's be honest here. A couple months ago, if anyone told me Trae Young would be the #1 prospect going into next season, I'd be like, I don't know about that. You got Marvin Bagley, Michael Porter Jr., who has been injured, but he's still a beast. We're also looking at Miles Bridges, heaps of guys heading in the NBA. We also know that Grayson Allen is another guy that could be in the NBA as well. I forgot about him. And DeAndre Ayton. But then Trae Young came out of nowhere and became, like I said, the biggest thing that I've heard in a very long time. I've heard comparisons to the next Stephen Curry. He's really good at shooting. I get that. But this guy is seriously amazing.
He's unbelievable. Just the confidence that he plays with, and I call it the flair, but he's always seems like he's always composed and knows what he's trying to do every time he has a ball in his hands. And he does, he shoots a lot of deep threes and has a creativity to his game that's just so fluid to watch. So the comparisons are what they are, and I know when you turn on the game, you watch them play, you're just watching him, on the floor where he is at all times, and that kind of magnetism is pretty special, in the college game. So you expect that to continue, and he's fun to watch.
This guy is gonna be good. Trae Young is seriously balling out. All I'm saying is that we're right around the corner from March Madness, and this Trae Young kid, he's gonna ball out. That's all I'm saying. I know he's 6'2". He's a freshman point guard, and he wasn't even top 20 in the 2017 recruiting class. But he has been balling out as of late. He's been outrageous. I mean, insane. Stephen Curry has called him incredible. Young currently leads the nation in both scoring and assists. He averages almost 30 points at 29.6 points per game, and almost 11 assists at 10.7 assists per game. He's the only player in the history of Division I to lead the nation in both of these categories, and people are wondering if he's having the greatest college season of all time. Now obviously, some of the media can sometimes overhype or overrate these guys, but this guy Trae Young, if you haven't watched him play, I watched him play a few games, but before then, hell nah, I don't even know who that was. This guy is balling out, and this is going to be the first video I make on Trae Young, but it is definitely not the last, because this guy is a monster. Last year, I watched Michael Zember. He compared Lonzo Ball as the next Stephen Curry. I never really agreed with that, but to be fair to him, Lonzo was a much better shooter in college, although that's debatable considering he has stepped up a little bit as of late before he got injured. But anyway, this Trae Young kid, he actually could be the next Stephen Curry, and I'm not even overrating him or overhyping him. If you haven't watched him, this guy can shoot from deep. And I know there have been college guys like Buddy Hield and plenty of other guys that have shot from deep, but when I watch this guy, he's only 6'2". He doesn't have crazy vertical either. I don't think he can even dunk. But this guy is incredible, and I really want you guys to watch him play if you haven't watched him play already. Now, everybody pretty much knows Kentucky's John Calipari. I mean, he is one of the best coaches. He's one of the best scouts. This guy, he knows his basketball, and he definitely knows the guys that will eventually make it into the NBA. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he recruits a lot of the best guys. This is a quote from him. "I knew he was good, which is why we recruited him for so long," Calipari said. "But I didn't realize he'd be able to do what he's doing. Basically 80% or 70% of their baskets he either scores or assists. That is a ridiculous number, so I'm happy for Trae. I hope we don't ever have to play him." That is pretty insane considering that, well, he didn't want to go there. I don't know why he didn't want to go to Kentucky, but he didn't, and now he's going to ball out on Kentucky if he plays against them, which is pretty cool. Now, I kind of want to go back and reiterate what I said about the Stephen Curry comparison, because obviously he is not Stephen Curry. Like, when I say he's going to be like, I didn't even say he's going to be like Stephen Curry. I said there are similarities, which there are. There are so many similarities to these guys, it's pretty awesome. They're both point guards, they're both reasonably short, 6'2", 6'3", and Young isn't Stephen Curry. That's what I kind of want to reiterate. But if you watch any segment of Oklahoma versus, well, what you watch in Curry, I mean, they're very, very similar, especially a college Stephen Curry. For starters, there's the range. Like Stephen Curry did at Davidson, Trae Young has the ability to shoot from pretty much anywhere on the court at this point, but that's not it. A lot of people think that if you're a good shooter, you're Stephen Curry, but that is not it. What I find when I watch Trae Young, it's not just his shooting ability, he has a lightning fast release, like Stephen Curry. Not only that, but he is also able to get a shot off without a whole lot of space, which is a lot different to a lot of other point guards that kind of sometimes get compared to Stephen Curry when they're just good shooters. Trae Young creates space, or if he doesn't, he can shoot without any space, really. It's kind of like watching Stephen Curry. Now, I'm not comparing him to the level of what Stephen Curry does, but he's shifty, he's quick, he's got a good feel for the game. Those kind of characteristics that kind of make me see a little bit of Stephen Curry in Trae Young. Now, if you want an example of what an average NBA or basketball fan would kind of say is the next Stephen Curry, a lot of people kind of go and look at a player like Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer was a great three-point shooter in college, but he was never like Stephen Curry. He was just a really, really good three-point shooter. That doesn't make him the next Stephen Curry or even close to Stephen Curry, because he's just a good three-point shooter. He played point guard, and that's pretty much it. But when I watch Trae Young, like I said, he's shifty, he's quick, he can create space. He reminds me of the way Stephen Curry moves, and he also has the ability to shoot like a Stephen Curry type player. That's what I find when I watch Trae Young. That's all I'm saying. With that being said, I do want to say this. The media and the hype has been real for Trae Young over the past 2 months or so. So with that being said, what I'm excited to see, and this is when I'll talk a little bit more about Trae Young and make a proper in-depth video with stats and everything like that. I'll do it when we get into March Madness. That's when I'm really going to sit down, watch Trae Young go to work, as well as obviously a lot of the other prospects heading into this year's NBA draft class. It's going to be really exciting. Unfortunately, there's no Michael Porter, but as for Trae Young, maybe, I'm not going to lie, a lot of what he's doing now is incredible. Stat-wise, it's one of the best college performances that we've seen in a very long time, if some say ever. We've got that aspect of his game, but at the same time, it's really recent. Like, he hasn't been doing this for ages. It's only really the last 3 or 2 months that he's been dominating games like he has been. So wait for March Madness. That's when I'm going to go really in depth on Trae Young, try and make a lot of videos on a lot of the other college guys as well, and see what you guys think. But as of now, all I'm saying is get ready for Trae Young, man. He is going to dominate, and it's really exciting to watch him ball, and I recommend watching a game that Trae Young is playing. If you watch Oklahoma, you're going to be surprised, because this guy is a freaking beast. So I'll leave you with this. While we haven't entered March Madness, all I'm saying is Young's numbers are incredible. They haven't just elevated himself, they've elevated his entire team. Oklahoma currently finds itself with an 11-1 record, which is very insane. So all I'm saying is he will be the next transcendent point guard in the NBA. He will do his thing on the biggest stage, and I cannot wait for March Madness. So with that being said, I'll go really in depth, like I said, on a Trae Young video in the future, as well as a bunch of other college players when March Madness starts. If you're excited for that, leave this video with a like. If you're new around here and you enjoy these types of videos, hit that subscribe button. You guys, I uploaded a Kobe Bryant to the Celtics video, which was I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was pretty cool. Links are in the description box down below. Look out for Trae Young. Look out for your boy Nick Smith. Hit the notification bell and subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. I'm out. Peace.